Not everything is black or white. This is why we choose to challenge facts and opinions by going straight to the gray area. This is the Gray People Podcast.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the Great People Podcast. I'm here with Raina and Sean.
Hello.
Yeah. Today we're gonna get into horoscopes. Am I saying that right? Horoscopes.
Horror, because they're terrifying.
Horoscopes.
Let's just stick with astrology.
Yeah. Astrology.
Not to be confused with astrology.
It's the same thing.
Not to be confused with astronomy.
Astronomy. All right. Anyways, to kind of start it off, I think we can kind of start and talk about where we land on the matter. Do we believe in it? Do we think it's real? Does it shape our lives? What do you guys think?
I believe in it.
I
But
will
I'm not going to
concur.
rely on it to dictate my life, I guess. But
But do
it's cool to read.
Well, is it cool to read or you believe in it? Because if you just believe in it, then I think it kind of shapes.
I mean,
how
I
you...
feel like I believe in the characteristics that are associated with my sign, which I'm an Aquarius. And the things that I do read, I feel like I do relate to and I resonate with. So, I believe in it in that aspect, but I'm not going to read my horoscope and let it dictate my life.
Well, that's kind of interesting because both of y'all have the same sign.
Yes,
Now,
we
I know
do.
since you're different sexes, then it's like, it's a kind of different spin. But
Mhm.
the characteristics should still be the same in a way, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what they want you to believe.
And y'all ain't the same.
No, I think there's a bunch of characteristics that are associated with an Aquarius that I feel like certain ones apply to Randy and then certain ones apply to
Well,
me.
because my girl's an Aquarius.
Yeah.
And I think she's very similar to Randy's characteristics.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
she's similar to Randy.
Let's break it down like this. I think, and I guess if it wasn't clear, I don't really believe in it, and I don't really think it's anything to really give it much serious thought. For the reason that I think it could apply to anybody, man. Like you can grab any of the characteristics, and some are gonna match with me and Janet, and some are gonna be like Sean, and some are gonna be like you, and some are gonna be like, oh, that sounds like Sebastian. But you pick any sign, I guarantee if we grabbed all 12, shuffled them around, and read some things, no one could guess which one is which.
Yes.
Everything will sound like everybody.
What do you think, Sean?
I
You're
know-
a Pisces, right?
I am definitely a Pisces.
So do you feel like the characteristics of a Pisces apply to you?
98%.
What are some of
98?
those? What are some of those?
We're very imaginative. We're
Okay.
very emotional.
Hmm.
We daydream. We're very big on daydreaming. Very sexual.
He's like, that one applies
That
the
one.
most.
That one just always be hitting for some reason.
Literally.
No pun intended.
All pun intended. No, but yeah. So when it comes to those and how we feel, we're always feeling. We're not too irrational. That's the problem. And I'm like, that's how I'm. And then you look at some other signs, and they're very logical. They're very rational.
Hmm.
Now that doesn't mean none of us have some of those views or thought processes, but more than others. So
Okay.
so I'm sure all three of us right here we imagine a little bit,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
but I mean, who's to say I don't imagine more than both of y'all?
Well, and that's what I think. That's the key. It's very general. It's very broad.
But everything
You're
is general.
creative. You're creative. So is everybody. Or so could everybody be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I look at it in terms of. I don't know if it was initially started like this, but to me, it just seems like a big, let's just get people's money kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, let's get you
Hmm.
invested in this thing, and then let's make sure that you can, you buy this, and check out our monthly subscription to the stars and whatever, and it just feels like a very
Even though
You
this
fell
has been
for
going-
Walter Mercado.
yeah. Well, he felt for other
Yeah.
for other schemes, but
Well, this goes back all the way to back way back in the day,
yeah,
like Roman times and shit.
yeah. And what
even
did they
further
know?
back than that.
They were fucking wrong. I'm just kidding.
What?
Yeah, they only invented math and shit. Weird.
No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, wait, never mind. The Chinese invented math, right?
I think wasn't it the Greeks? I don't fucking know.
No, they were just
let's find.
Actually, I won't say that.
Someone should put it in the comments and let us know who invented math. Anyways,
Who invented math?
yeah, that was the question.
Yeah.
This says that astrology originated in Babylon.
So
And
Jesus
did it.
Isn't that enough proof? I mean, I know Jesus to you, Randy, was like some David Blaine character in, back in the day.
Well, okay. Let's not get into that. Let's not get into like the
I'm
Jesus
sorry.
topic. No, but I just for me, it's just that is the overall like I don't know, like it just feels very like believe it if you want, like the people that really
But
believe
you
it.
believe in aliens, don't you?
So it's not that I believe in aliens. I do think we're not the only people in the universe. I think it's kind of
Mm.
weird to think that we're
Do
the
the
only ones.
other people in this universe have a zodiac sign?
That's what I will be betting to. Like I bet they don't. I bet if we ever come across with aliens, they're gonna be like, "You guys are fucking dumb." Like that's.
I've never heard that point of view. Because, like, we don't have to bring it to aliens. Like, we could just be, like, fucking animals, right? Like,
Yeah.
my fucking pet squirrel probably doesn't have a fucking zodiac sign.
Yeah,
And if it was,
and-
it's probably a fucking Pisces.
Omega has a zodiac sign. He's a Taurus.
Well, the thing is, at the end of at the end of the day, we're all animals, right? We just happen to be the most developed animal in the planet Earth, right? But
You
that's
and
a good
me,
point.
baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
but anyways, I'm saying like
That was not scripted.
that was not. Yeah, no, that's just Reina being Reina. No, but I don't know. Like for me, it just feels like very much like that. Like it's just very general, very not to compare. I know we're not gonna go into religion, but very much like religion. It's just very like broad. Like it's just you if you believe in it, there's enough in there to speak to you, so you follow it.
I like that you mentioned that because I do feel like, sometimes we all just need a little pick me up. Sometimes we just need some words of encouragement. I'm sure there's people out there that might just pull up their horoscope, and just because the horoscope said you're gonna have a great day today, then it kind of turns
Yeah.
things around, and then you feel like I am gonna have
I
a
can
great
see
day
that.
today. So it's kind of like a little uplifting message.
Because maybe that horoscope, maybe you are down, and they're like, "You're gonna have a tough day today, but you will overcome, and tomorrow's gonna be
It's like
better."
inspiring in a way.
And I can see that. I can see the inspiration that you can get out of it being attractive. I just
Actually, let's just bring up ours today. Because if you guys don't know, me and Randy share a birthday. I was born first, so he stole it, but it's fine. For today, for Aquarius, it says, today you may spend some time by yourself working on your own projects, Aquarius. The desire to spend time alone with a special someone may also interfere with your plans you've already made to attend a social gathering or event involving a lot of people. You won't want to give up either, so you might try to find a compromise of some kind. Think about it. I'm like, first of all, what social gatherings are we going to?
None.
So,
Right?
I guess this doesn't really apply in certain aspects, but did you want to spend some time alone today and work on your projects?
I have homework to do. Does that
I did some
count?
homework earlier this morning.
But does that count? Like I'm enjoying the time we're spending here doing the podcast, but I don't know. Like for me, it just feels like everything else, and not that there's definitely something to the you believe in something and it can help you. The same like positivity and whatever, right? These are just concepts. They don't. There's no science that says positivity is a thing. It's just you feel positive. You trust in the positive words around you and whatever, and you act that way. You act based on what you believe and what drives you. But like science has proven a lot of these things. You can definitely get into gravity works like this for this reason. So that's why we bound to Earth, because gravity keeps you on the ground. You have all these other forces around things that can be definitely explained. My issue comes when it's just you just got to believe it. Like, okay, great. Well, can you prove it? Well, the way the stars align and the constellations and whatever, that means that when you were born, you're bound to be like this kind of person. Like, yeah, but NASA a few years back proved that the constellations have definitely moved since they first were looked at, and all of our signs shifted. But no one cares about the new signs because I'm an Aquarius. Like
I am, and I'm remaining an Aquarius.
But
So you're more in the belief that science can prove it, and everything else is just faith.
No, it's just more like science. Like if science has ever looked into it, it's always kind of come to the conclusion of like there's nothing that indicates that the sky, that the planets and the stars have any influence about how your day is gonna go. Nothing proves that because you were born on this date, you're gonna be a creative person. There's no science behind any of that. But we truly believe it. What's interesting, like as I was looking up the topic, 90% of people know their sign. We know if you're an Aquarius, you know if you're Pisces, like everybody knows, well 90% of people know their sign. Um but like only 20% of or something like that of people actually believe in it. So I just think it's kind of like an interesting cultural thing. I think we all know about it, we've all heard of it. I will be surprised to hear of someone that's never looked it up and never read their horoscope for the day. I'll be really surprised to find someone that's never looked into it. You know what I mean? But I do think there's a little bit of, for me, I guess that's where it causes the challenge is, dude, all this is just mumbo jumbo. You trust it. If you trust it, you believe it, great, good for you. But there's people out there that really want to say, like, this thing exists. This is fact.
Kind of like
You,
God.
exactly. Kind of like God, right? Like, there's all this drive you can get out of it and it could be good, right? I know a lot of very religious people that do a lot of good and are better people because of these beliefs. You know what I mean? But I don't know. For
I
me, it's
won't
just
lie. In the past, I would look up my zodiac sign and whoever I liked at that moment to see if we were compatible.
like,
I mean,
did that ever stop you from dating somebody though?
I don't think it ever stopped me, but it was definitely very interesting because then you would see like, why would this work? Why would this not work? And then, to be honest, like, if I were to get in a relationship with that person, 9 times out of 10, it was accurate. I feel like with me and you, like, we share the same sign, but I guess I mean I don't know what you would want to call it, but I feel like me and you are alike in many ways, and we're different in many ways. But the ones that we're alike are very specific to Aquarius because we're very stubborn, which
Yeah,
you
well
know.
then anybody could be stubborn. Here's the thing. Here's the thing,
But you
and
don't think
Not
it's
as much
related to
as
the
you
fact that
guys.
we have the same birthday?
well maybe, but here's what I'm saying. Bottom line, um,
Bottom
mo-
line.
bottom line, most of the like horoscopes or whatever you look at say like Aquarius shouldn't be dating Aquarius. Aquarius shouldn't.
What?
What do you mean what?
What?
Most of the stuff
No,
I've
they
ever
don't.
most of the stuff I've
Babe,
ever
I
looked
would have
at.
never married you if
Oh
that
my
were the
god, babe.
truth.
Most of the stuff will tell you Aquarius is good with a Pisces or
No,
whatever.
it'll
Like
probably
it
say
just
like it's
it,
best, with this one and
mm,
this one. But with us, it actually says that we would work together. From what I read, I mean,
Water
this was
signs work with water
a
signs.
few years ago, obviously, guys. It was pretty much like that we would work together because we share kind of like the same views in a relationship. So we would be great friends, but if we dedicated our times to be more than friends, that it would work out. But it just has to be like, a give and take type of situation because we're so stubborn.
well, let me ask you this in the topic of like being stubborn. So again, NASA, I can't remember how long ago, but they did a study, like not a whole study, but they looked into it and they decided, you know what, these constellations and whatever they've moved. There's actually a new one, not a new one, but a 13th constellation, and I don't know exactly how they're derived from the constellations and all that. So if someone knows, please, feel free to educate me. But um, they've decided, or they came out with a conclusion that our signs have changed. If you are now born in February 7th, you're now a whatever other sign it might be. I can't remember how it lined up in the new
It
order.
kind of moved up.
Yeah, but we don't like. I think we're all again the 90% of us that know our signs. We're stubborn like that, and we say, "Nope, thanks for the study,
Nope.
thanks for the science."
I mean,
Um,
that could be for newborns going
So,
forward.
But
what
even
but what
then-
you're talking about is from that date forward,
yeah,
Mhm.
but even then,
because zodiac signs are very specific to time and day.
so
Mhm.
the thing is, like, if your kid is born on your same date, you're not gonna tell him, "Well, you're an Aquarius, but I'm a Pisces." You know what I mean? Like, you'll tell him, "You're a Pisces, my son. That's
My
why
son.
that's why you're the way you are." You know what I mean? Like, I think like we're stubborn, obviously, to that
Or he's not
extent.
your son.
I guess like just like a side note, what I do believe obviously in like zodiacs and horoscopes and things like that. But what I don't like is when people want to use whatever characteristic is associated with their zodiac as an excuse. Like if someone's a bitch and they want to be like, I'm a bitch because I'm this. I'm like, nah. Like you're just a bitch because you're a bitch. Like you know, we trying to say
Taurus?
no.
Like, don't judge me.
Wow. You hear that, Tauruses out there?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gemini, because that's
Gemini.
two different people.
I'm a
I don't know if I know a
Gemini.
Gemini actually, but
I
don't know. I just feel
a
like
couple.
I mean, I'm sure, like, even myself now, obviously, I'm like, I'm stubborn because I'm an Aquarius. Like, we all probably do it, but it's just funny to me when it's a very extreme thing, but they want to use it as an excuse.
Well, yeah, I think there's definitely some of that, and I think people definitely need to stop hiding behind that. Like, oh, I'm just a Gemini. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I just feel like it's just good. It's just good to. It's a good talking piece, right? But it's also could be a good reflecting piece as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe it 50-50, like, okay, cool, I kind of believe in it, kind of don't, whatever. That's fine. Like, it's kind of like we were saying earlier. It's going to probably help you throughout the day or your life or whatever. May help you understand you more. Because maybe you do relate heavy on it. But at the same time, if you don't at all, then you're good. And you don't have to believe in it. And you're fine.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to.
I don't. I mean, I believe in it, but I believe it to a certain point. I'm not over here like, oh my god, I'm a Pisces, and that's why I'm walking around crying all day. No.
Actually, I want to read some
Today-
of Pisces characteristics, and I want to see which ones Randy thinks Sean is.
Yeah, do that, and then I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna run some characteristics by you, and you guys are gonna tell me which sign you think it is.
So Pisces is imaginative, sensitive, compassionate, kind, selfless, unworldly, intuitive, and sympathetic. But those are the positive ones. Now we have also some not so
Negative.
positive ones,
But
which
real
is
quick, real quick, it's kind of hard to quiz because I'm not a zodiac sign expert,
I know.
so I don't know what characteristics go with each one. I just know mine specifically pretty well. I don't know everybody's.
No, and I get that. I guess
If you're like, oh, like logical, I'd be like, well, I hope everyone is in a way, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to quiz on that. I feel,
no, I get it.
Okay, so some of
but I
the
feel like I'm all of those.
negative ones is an escapist, idealistic, secretive, vague, weak-willed, and easily led.
That's not me. I don't feel.
So do you feel like he's any of these?
I think on the positive ones, everything except the sympathetic.
You don't
Like,
think he's
I
sympathetic?
think Sean don't give a fuck about
Well,
most things and most people.
That doesn't mean he lacks sympathy.
So
You gotta care about people to be.
I don't think he cares about the people he cares about.
Selective
Almost.
sympathy.
almost. I'll clarify that if you guys want.
Go ahead.
I'm very sympathetic to everybody. Actually, I always think of. I always put myself or try to envision myself in their shoes in a way.
Mhm.
But through life and hardships and relationships and everything, my logical side kicks in, and then that's when Randy comes in and says, "Yeah, fuck it." But I do have that. My first initial emotion is like, "Damn,"
Yeah.
and then the fuck it comes right after.
All right. So I'm gonna do the same thing with Aquarius, and you can tell me which ones applies to Randy, not me,
I'll
because
tell you.
Randy's a non-believer. So we have friendly, humanitarian, honest, loyal, original, inventive, independent, and intellectual. So those are the positive ones. And then we have
Sounds about right.
negative. We have intractable. I don't know what that means. Contrary, perverse,
Mm.
unpredictable,
Mm.
unemotional, and detached.
I'm not detached.
You're not detached,
But
huh?
you can be.
Sure. No, again, I don't know. I think for me,
I think every time she said a word, you kind of thought about it. Ooh,
Yeah,
you
I
kinda
thought-
nodded
It
your
doesn't
head a
sound
little
like
bit.
you, or does it sound
no,
like
it does.
you?
A lot of them sound like me, right? Creative, intellectual, for sure.
Oh my
You know what I
god.
mean? Nah, I mean, no. But anyways, I just feel like they're so general.
I mean, what word are you looking for?
Like, I
what,
like-
what are you looking
He's like,
for?
perfect?
on it?
For me, and obviously this is where we'll never get
Like,
to
do
that
you
point.
want your zodiac sign to be like Randy Felice has black hair,
No, no,
dark
no, no.
skin with the
No,
beard?
like if
Like-
it said, you're more creative with the arts versus
Well, how
just
can it
this.
be like that
I don't
specific?
know. Like if you
Take
can,
the 16 personalities
if you
and maybe
can,
you'll get that.
again, if you can narrow it down to intellectual, on what level?
I feel like the only way you would believe is if someone came down here with some tarot cards and
He won't
gave
even believe
you
Not
that.
even.
No,
He
no,
doesn't
no, but
believe
gave
in
you-
psychics.
no, but gave you like names, dates, and times, like a straight up medium, like just letting you know what's
He's like,
going on in
you
your
were
life.
friendly
I
on
feel like-
Thursday.
But see, and then even then, I think you would still be like
Skeptical.
skeptical because you'd be like, someone told you this. I don't believe you.
No,
Well, and if there's something you guys don't know about Randy, is like he loves to just contradict anybody
do.
and everything. So if me and Sean are on one thing, he just wants to be on the
let's get to
opposite
the
of it.
bottom of things. That's what I think. No, so here, let me read you this, and this is just again, I guess, to my point, because I'm gonna prove that astrology doesn't exist. I'm just kidding. It does.
You're gonna
exist.
prove it here and now on Great
Yes,
People Podcast.
I'm gonna prove it here
to
and
the
now.
millions of people.
Yes,
Oh,
that it's
hopefully
been
we have
wrong
100.
for the hundreds and thousands of years. Is wrong, and I'm finally gonna debunk it. No, so here, let me read you this, and then you can tell me if it sounds like anybody you know. Humorous?
Oh, we have to name a person?
No, I don't know, like maybe a sign, or it sounds like,
Okay. go
or
ahead.
tell me if it doesn't sound like some of the characteristics that you
Again,
have.
I'm gonna say just like Sean said, I don't know all of the signs,
No,
all the
no, but
characteristics,
here's the
but I'm gonna
thing.
try my best.
No, because I think someone could memorize the traits and say, yeah, oh, Pisces, they're this and this and this, and Gemini are this and this and this, and Capricorns are like, someone can memorize it. That's not what I'm arguing.
Now, my folks at the Gray People Podcast, they got it on lock for all the things in the gray area. But if you're looking for more content, maybe something a little bit different, head on over to allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. We have podcasts, YouTube videos, and so much more. Come over. We'd love to have you. Again, that's allrock.com. Now back to the Gray People Podcast.
What I'm arguing is that if you read just the traits by themselves, it sounds like anybody. Like
Go ahead.
like plug in blank and
But-
it applies.
But what I would challenge you on is the characteristics that are more strongly that's more strongly instilled in you.
Well, that's the thing. Like it just, I think they're so broad. Again, to my point, that like how can you say yes or no? Like look at this list: humorous. Sure, we can all be humorous, right?
Well, just to clarify, are you reading specific ones from one sign,
From
or are
one-
you just saying
One
like
sign.
random ones
I'm reading
and trying
one
to
sign.
create one
I'm,
person?
I'm
Okay.
reading one sign.
Okay.
And you can
Finish
see.
that one.
Okay. Master communication and conversationalist. You know, maybe not all of us here, but you know, let's say maybe Sebastian falls in that category. He could be a master of communication, right? Jack of all trades, adaptable and changeable, creative, again, popular, energetic, moody, find ways to get what they want, anxious and nervous, loves drama and gossip. Everybody loves drama and gossip. You know what I mean? Like you
I'm like, if I had to guess, let me see. That to me sounds like
What's
an
in July?
Aries.
it was Gemini. You know what I mean? Like
What's in July?
so
July Cancer
Is
Let
that
me-
around?
or Leo.
let me read you another one at random. Big and warm energy. High standards, prideful and confident. Powerful leaders, supportive, jealous. Vain
Scorpio.
is Leo. You know what I mean? Like any of these, like if you just read them by themselves, I think we can all find things. I'm like, you know what? Yes, I'm a little jealous. That's so me. Or you know what? I am a powerful leader, or whatever.
Yeah, if that fell in Aquarius,
So-
I'd be like, that's not me. So
But here's the thing too on that. Like I said, it also depends on the day and time you're born, because then that's when you jump into
the moon,
what's your moon sign,
rising.
what's your sun sign, what's your that it goes into all that,
That's a
and
lot.
that narrows it down even more. Because I could be a Pisces, but my sun sign can
Mhm.
be an Aquarius,
hmm
and my moon sign could be a Taurus.
Like this is
Like,
just the bare
this-
surface.
Yeah, zodiac sign is just like, oh, this is
There's
generally
so
what
much
you
more.
could be,
Here's
or
what
generally what you are.
here's what
But-
my bone is with that whole thing. Is that as personal as it gets and as narrowed down as it gets. Like when
Mhm.
you really get to the finer detail, is
Mhm.
really broad. Even the most like condensed version to the lowest of the levels, it's still something like you're easygoing. Great. Who like tons of people are. That doesn't mean it's just me out of the 12 signs or whatever.
But I feel like with that argument, that's anything in life.
No.
That's anything in life.
No, you're a positive or a negative in terms of blood. When you
Let's
really get
just
down to the level of it, we can get specific, and that's it. Proven, done. You know what I mean?
how would you describe Sebastian as an example? Let's just say.
If I had to put him like in traits,
Yeah.
like so, I think
Good
Sebastian's
positive ones.
humorous. I think Sebastian's a master of communication.
Why
I
are
think
you repeating the ones that you
No,
just
'cause those are
read?
some of the ones I've heard. Sebastian is a compassionate guy. Like he definitely like he's I don't know what the word would be, but into his feelings. Like he's considerate of feelings and what other people are feeling. I think Sebastian is methodical. I think he likes to think of things and get down to the bottom of things. Logical. Um, I think I don't know if I had to put other ones. He's creative in what he's interested in. Like he's
All
not.
right, let's stop there with the positive ones. All right.
Mhm.
Would you say he's emotional?
Sure,
Would you say he's loving?
sure,
Would you say he's imaginative?
sure,
Would you say he's cautious?
sure.
Those are literally synonyms to the things that you just said, and it falls under a Cancer, which is what he is because his birthday is July 6th.
6.
I almost said 7, but it's 6,
July
right?
6.
All right, so he's a Cancer.
Sure. Now, again, going back to those things, tons of people are just like that. Tons of people are emotive. Like Sean cares about people too. Sean is also cautious. Sean is, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying these
I'm not too
traits.
cautious. I'm pretty reckless. Haven't you
Anyways,
known me for a
This
while?
is my take.
I'm just saying that was a good example because I feel like the things that you said were very similar to what was said in that,
Yeah, but then again, the two lists
And what
I
are the
just read,
odds?
the two lists I just read, I guess the odds are 1 in 12, right?
I
1 in 12 that he would land in one
Well, I
of
mean
those.
about the
Can't
words.
you just let us believe?
Yeah, why do you have to be the
No,
Grinch of Zodiac?
because I'm gonna prove it wrong. I'm gonna debunk it.
You haven't
You're
proven
not-
anything.
So you're trying to debunk faith
I know.
and belief. So
Jeez.
since you're on this road, you might as well start down the line from religion too, right? Because there's no science would prove that there's none of that either.
It's
So-
been a tough year. Can we just at least keep our horoscopes alive and
Yeah, let's keep him. But let's look at what NASA rolled out, and then we start going with that going forward. Whatever.
No, but Sean said, and he makes a
whatever the
great
new
point.
kids are, like they're
The new
that.
kids.
Whatever the new kids in the block are, they're the new signs.
No, but it applies to whoever's born from that moment.
Yeah, so going forward, if we have a kid and it's born on this date, let's look at what the real, like the
You're right.
updated astrological
Right,
sign will be,
so
and
in
let's
the
give him that one.
So in the beginning of Christianity, you had Catholicism, right? Catholics,
Mhm.
and then it branched out to Christians and Baptists, and now Mormons. And so it's like it's just evolving, right?
Mhm.
Just like this is.
Hmm.
Why can't we leave it at that?
Well, that's kind of my argument too. It hasn't evolved. We're still going with the same old stuff from like the 17th.
Oh, well, because of when we
it-
were
No,
born.
it evolves daily, actually.
Well, it changes daily, but it's the same general concept.
What was
Anyway.
your
Changing and
horoscope
evolving.
actually? Did you find
What
yours?
was yours? Did you look it up? What was
What?
your
Your
horoscope?
horoscope?
For the day?
Oh, yeah.
What did it say?
I don't believe in it. I'm just kidding.
I guess
No,
Randy
I
worked his
haven't.
magic.
No, I have it. I know. I'm like, I
Sure.
believe in magic. So mine is mine actually does relate. Funny enough, but Randy doesn't believe it, so I didn't feel the need.
He's gonna
to
debunk it.
express it. But various personal issues might be on your mind today, which there's quite a few. But you could want to work them all out without distractions. So you may decide to spend part of the day alone, which I wanted to.
But here we are.
Responsibilities from the outside world might make it impossible for you to take as much time as you'd like.
Oh my god, that's so
Weird,
true.
I'm right here. So don't let it get to you. Work out the matters that seem the most pressing and save the rest for later.
And do the
Yeah.
podcast today. So no, but see, like again, and this is just
but hold on.
okay.
There's 4 more categories. There's a success category out of 5 stars.
Oh damn!
There's 4.
That's what
4
we
for
here today.
success.
Nice.
And I pushed through, and I felt like I had a successful day.
Oh, it.
There's a hustle category.
Oh damn!
Out of 5 stars, I got 4 of that. I did hustle.
That's
today.
that's definitely a new horoscope.
I need to find one of
Hustle made it
those.
to the list.
No. This is this is ratings on moods.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Hustle.
With that. Now there's a vibe one, and usually my vibe is very good, right? I'm usually like very charismatic or whatever. Out of 5 stars, I only got a 3 because of the pressing issues today. Sex was at 5 though, so I mean,
Shannon's like,
I looked for tomorrow. I
when
looked
I
at
get
even
home.
yesterday. It's 4 or 5.
The forecast is great.
So I feel like that's the only thing that's going to relieve my mentality.
Nice. Well, here's how I just proved it.
Well, good that you have
Science.
something to look forward to.
So science
Maybe.
science is all about science is all about sample sizes and getting down to a conclusion that we can all agree on, right? Um, that applies to what it said earlier about us, that we wanted to spend time alone, but we didn't get to. So now we're here doing the podcast. It was phrased differently. It was like you wanted to spend time doing
my
other
God.
things.
He
But now
said
you're doing
he
the
said that he
podcast.
had pressing matters. Would that apply to you today? That you
Yeah,
had pressing matters?
I have a shitload of homework. That shit is
That was
pressing.
not pressing. You have 1 class. Chill. Like, stop trying to paint this picture that you have 5 classes. You got
pressing.
1 class.
But I have a lot of homework to do. What do you mean?
Oh
Just
my
'cause
god!
it's one class.
You
It's
really try to
condensed.
force this
It's
into be
condensed.
something that it's not. That
Science.
applied to Sean, and ours applied to us. Just accept it.
Okay, so let's put it out to the listeners. Let's see if any of these things that we read apply to you, even though you're not of the sign that we were just
Or
talking
let us
about.
know. Do
Let
you
me know.
identify with your characteristics? I want to know.
Yeah, like it will be interesting to see. Again, I think to leave it on a positive note and to definitely leave it in some inspiration. I don't want
on
to.
a positive note, Randy.
I
Will
don't
still
wanna-
pass judgment.
I don't want to. I don't want to poo poo on anybody's beliefs, even
you
though
just
I
made
just did.
me think about my whole life and how I thought this was real.
I just poo
And
pooed.
now I am curious to know what else is out there.
I just took a shit on everybody's beliefs, but I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Nah, I'm still the same. You didn't have no impact on my life.
I guess that's true. Hey, it's
You
just
prove me
conversation.
wrong, but I still will believe what I want to believe.
No, I'm saying it's great to have something to look forward to, and if you find that in horoscopes, great. That's awesome that you believe
Do
in
you
it.
believe in
and-
fortune cookies?
Oh yeah, fact. If I get something, in
I
I'm
be
just
getting
kidding.
quotes. I don't even get fortunes. They'll be like, "Keep being a good friend." What?
I'm like, if it comes out of a cookie, it's fact. It just goes down in history as what's gonna happen.
now, do you eat
Period.
the fortune cookie?
You have to, or it doesn't
It's
matter.
disgusting.
If you open, by the way, let's put that out there. If you open a fortune cookie and you read it and you don't eat the cookie, doesn't mean nothing.
You're
Throw it
unfortunate.
away. This American Chinese tradition that we started with fortune cookies says you have to eat the cookie for it to be true or to.
Is that
What-
true, Sean?
what
Do you
if-
have to
what
eat
if
the
you-
cookie?
Well, technically, yes. What happens is you split the cookie, you eat half of it first,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
you
you-
read it,
and then
you
then
eat
you
the other-
eat the other half.
Okay.
Now,
that seals it.
my own problem with that is what if while you're eating your meal, you already hit your sugar level and you can't go further?
That cookie disgusting.
Hey,
I don't
then-
know.
Then your
You guys can
fortune just
at me.
doesn't turn out to be true. Like if the fortune says you were gonna win the lottery and you don't eat the second half, then sorry, you just don't win it that day. Not
That
because
day.
not because of the millions and millions of odds against you. It's because you didn't eat the other half of the cookie.
So you believe in that, just not horoscopes.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm making fun of it. I mean sarcastic. No, but yeah.
Mm.
I'm just-
I don't know.
But you find a habit to eat the fortune cookie like that, though,
it
right?
definitely is good. Yes.
You have faith in eating
I
the
don't-
cookie.
No, but you established a habit. And
Oh yeah. There's a habit. Yeah, there's part of
and
that.
it's
Yes.
tradition.
Yeah, it's tradition. It's not
So-
science, but it's tradition. Can't prove why it is. I just like eating the cookie. So I think if people, again, my bone to pick with it, if people just came out and flat out said, I just want to believe in it. Even though it doesn't really mean anything, I just like it.
Like religion.
Great. Like, yes, but
That's
if
a
people,
conversation for another
Yeah,
day.
that's another
because,
episode.
Because zodiac sign goes further with religion as well, like spirituality and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much saying we're throwing all that shit out the window.
yeah, no, again, I'm just saying in general, that's my
So
bone
in
to
general,
pick with
if
it.
science can't prove it, then it's not real.
Yeah.
So and science can't prove that religion is true.
Yeah, and it's
So in your
in
logic,
my eyes.
you're atheist.
No, well. So here's the challenge with that whole thing.
I feel like you grew up taught to believe something, so it's
Yes.
hard to beat
Yeah.
because your emotions are there, and you're like, I don't want to get spited. And
You know what? Let's not break down Randy's psychology today.
Oh, let's not jump in your head, but
No.
you can shit on a whole fucking zodiac sign belief.
No, I'm
A
saying
whole community.
let's do it on another episode. I'm down for that. No, I'm just saying like, I don't know. For me, it's just that it's something cool to believe in, and it's
Oh, so
it's
it's a
fun. It's a hobby, yeah. But don't put all your future and all your
So now you're
everything on-
denying people's extremism with zodiac signs.
Yeah,
That's
stop
what you're doing
it.
on the podcast.
Just stop it, man. Don't be that. Don't be that
Yeah,
person.
I mean, I do agree not to be obsessive with it, you know.
I say be all you can be.
be whatever you want to be.
What if the zodiac or I guess your horoscope is like, don't leave your house today or something?
It never tells you not to do anything. It encourages you to push forward.
I guess that's true. I
I've
don't
never read a zodiac sign where it's like, you should stay at home today. No, it says you'd like to stay home today.
I know,
and
it's
drink a hot-
it's the reverse
drink-
psychology
drink
about
hot
it.
chocolate and just focus on yourself.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. Obviously, and I think that's where the magic is. There's nothing concrete that says don't leave the house, and then you don't leave the house, and then it happens that the best thing was out there, and you didn't get it because you didn't go out.
Or
Like-
you get hit by a bus.
or both, or you stay
Or
home and
both.
you die.
He said or
you
both.
say
You get hit by a bus
And you
and
wanna-
the magic is out there.
I'm saying you could. Hey, hear me out. You get hit by a bus, and
And
then
survive.
you have $1 million settlement,
Yeah.
and you survive, and all you did was break a leg, but you got millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
Magic and tragic.
You know, that's
Magic
that's
and
a chance
tragic,
I'd
that
be
I
rhymes.
guess
willing to
if
take.
we're not getting this second steamy or this
Steamy
third
one.
steamy, I guess at this point, about to throw myself in front of a
It's
bus.
more like 1.5 at this point.
I know. I don't even know what's happening.
Hey guys, Dre Rocket here, and I want to invite you to my website, allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. We have tons of podcasts on there, YouTube videos, and so much more. We'd love if you came over and checked us out. Again, that's allrock.com. Now back to the show.
For those that believe it, hey, you know what? Honestly, all power to you. I know I just shit all over the whole thing, all episode.
Yes, you did.
I'm glad you have something to believe in, and I think it's nice. I really think it's comforting. I think again, most of us Hispanic grew up watching Walter Mercado, and we all look forward to hearing what he had to say, and we all believed it. And
Mucho,
And
mucho,
to that
mucho
point for you,
amor.
Randy, that's why you're an Aquarius, because you're very logical, and that's why you think this way. You should
How,
really
how do you
look into-
explain me?
Well,
I'm imaginative or whatever it said.
I'm just speaking for Randy at the moment.
Damn.
Sean is trying to put me back into the box of like believing in it, and
Yeah,
you know.
you should really look up on it. A lot of it's you.
He's intellectual while I'm inventive.
Yes, todo se lo inventa. Anyways, no, but yeah, hey, again, really, to leave it on a positive note, if you believe in it, that's great. It's really awesome. Let us know again. I would love to hear from people, especially in comments and things like this. Leave it in the comments. Let us know. Do you believe in it? Do you not? Do you think it matches? Do you think your zodiac sign matches your personality? Do you think it doesn't? All of that. We want to hear
And-
about it.
And real quick, it's completely off topic. But what would you pick? Beans or rice?
For what?
Just by
Just-
itself, like, but
By itself.
rice.
Beans or rice? Rice?
What would you pick?
What does that say about us?
Oh, I'm picking rice too. Okay, but I just wanted to know. That's all.
No, cool. All right, guys. No, but yeah. Again, subscribe if you haven't. Drop us a comment. Please leave us a rating. Let us know what you think of the show. If there's topics you want to hear in the future, please let us know. We'll be happy to get into it. If there's something that you think we missed or something that we were completely off on, again, leave it in the
A
comments. We'd
lot
love
of
to
it,
hear
probably.
Yes, because I don't know much about it. I just like to shit on it. So, anyways.
Cut.